Might go in there. Okay, we'll call to order the work session for the City of Tenino, Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. It is 6:30. Start with our work session. We do have one thing on the agenda that Elaine has. She wanted to share. Did you bring the stuff with you for the sign, the interpretive sign?
No, she scanned it and put it on.
Oh, it's in there. Oh, it's in the picture in the thing. Okay. So just wanted to run that by you. They want to make, you know, when you go into the pool, there's a little interpretive sign just to the right side of it that's on us. Basically, I think that's what you can tell them. I think they want to do something similar with this and put it in there by the.
Yeah, this interpretive sign is being made by the same lady, and will be up by the wall, explaining the different.
So we just wanted to make
What's
you
on
aware.
there?
So what language?
In English.
It's in all languages.
That would be cool if we had that and had a QR code for other languages.
That might be cool.
Yeah.
We'd
So
be the
I don't
first
know if
in-
you have any comment. Go ahead.
We'd be the first in the state to do it.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, maybe.
You don't think it'd be on there? Yeah. I mean, you think with today's technology, you probably could do that.
Yeah.
And you just typed it in something and yeah. So any comments on that? Of course, we're not doing final approval or anything. We just wanted to make sure that the council didn't have any big issues with it. And I'm going to run it by Jessica too. I just didn't want to get in the same place we did with our last project and not really take a minute to look at it before we move forward. So
And this lady has talked to Jessica.
yeah, she talked to Jessica already.
Yeah.
So if I don't hear any suggestions, I will just move forward with it as long as Jessica's okay. And I don't think we have to have a council approval to do that. So
No, it was all in the
It's all-
building
yeah.
permit, but they just wanted to share it with the city council and the mayor to let them know that what it was going to
and this,
look
you
like.
think they're going to put this to the left side of the monument someplace? Is that where, or are they going to put it right to the, you know, where they're planning on putting it exactly?
We don't know where
Exactly where it's going to go?
yeah, we don't know yet where it's going. When it's all finished, then Jessica is going to decide where to put
Okay,
it.
sounds good.
So she hasn't told us anything
Exactly. Okay.
yet.
Okay. Well, if anybody has any comments after the meeting or anything, feel free to contact me or Elaine, but we'll move forward with that. What else? Work session. I was struggling. I was thinking, what do we need to talk about in the work session that wouldn't be, we're working on budget, you know, still, trying to get that all cleaned up, still working with all the IRS stuff to try to get that cleaned up. What else?
The
Audits. I mean, Nancy will talk about all this as ongoing. I'm sure she'll fill you in on her report, so I won't do that now. And one thing I am working on the budget, I've been trying to clean up our pay scale. It's kind of got a mess over the years and hasn't really been looked at, so I'm trying to clean up there's all kinds of different percentages between steps, and different steps have different percentages between them, so we're trying to get a consistent salary schedule that makes sense. And so working on that. I've talked to the employees a bit about it and they seem to be okay with it, but I'm going to go to their, like the shop, and meet them in the morning just to talk about it, to get some input, just to make sure they understand what it is, and make sure they don't have any questions. If they have any questions, try to answer questions. So trying to clean up a lot of stuff like that in our budget that we found that are just, you know, better ways to do things for the most part. So I'm hoping this year we may not get them all, but we'll make some progress on making sure we got a good, solid budget with the things in the right places. And yeah, so I'll let Nancy talk more about it when she does her report. So what else have we been doing? Just for the good of had our finance committee. Linda's gone today, so she wasn't there, but we did have our finance committee this morning. Kind of talked about the same things. We got this week we're scheduled to meet with, it's called Express Pay. They work with Springbrook. They do electronic billing, so people that want to get bills, like a lot of bills nowadays, just to come directly to you through email or however, and you can just pay it right there. I know Elaine doesn't want that. We get a lot of comments from people that come in that do want that though, and so we're going to have just a meeting with them to talk about what the cost is and what that looks like, just so we can make some decisions for budget time to see if we want to move that direction. I think longer term that's a good way to move, but
I think one of the things that needs to be made clear is who's actually paying the fees. It used to be with that type of a transaction, the company would either eat the fees or there wouldn't be any. Now all those fees are being put back on the person that's using the service.
I do know, I think I just had an initial conversation with them. I think it was mentioned that like we charge, what is it, 2.5% now fee for using credit cards? And he did mention that how that's one of the things we'd have to decide if who is going to pay that. Was the city going to, or was the, yeah, so we'll definitely keep that in mind when we talk to him to make sure we know exactly where any fees that are above and beyond the bill.
Also, if a credit card is bad, who's going to be responsible for it? Are we going to have to kick back until it's collected?
Okay.
Or are they going to eat it because they should be able to tell?
Yeah, I know we had that issue with somebody other.
Yep.
Yeah. You got to come up here if you're going to do it. We have to get you on.
Years ago, I worked collections.
I think most people are aware that we currently charge a fee for using credit cards. And in my past employment, I know that we had a system for if there were chargebacks on the credit card, you were notified right away. So of course, the original charge goes back on the person's account. I believe the credit card fee is not refunded to us. That's kept by the credit card company. But we should have some sort of a small fee for administration for having a chargeback, in my opinion, because that creates more work for Jessica and potentially myself or Maria to take care of that and rebill.
You know,
So.
that part I don't have a problem with. And the part that I'm actually trying to find out is more to protect not just the city, but the citizens that use that service, or what those upfront fees are going to be. Because if you look, you go down to most gas stations, you use a credit card, it's 10 cents per gallon, not per use of the card, it's per gallon.
For
So
credit card fee, I mean,
He just wants to make sure they know up front what the fees are.
right,
gonna be.
yeah, of course. I mean, they're aware that we charge a credit card fee currently if they pay with a credit card, yeah.
Yeah, but this is a different company, so we gotta make sure what they're going to be
Right,
charging.
of course, yeah.
We don't wanna have 2-3 different charges depending on what you're using your card for.
Right,
It needs to be level across the board, and the lower the better.
yeah, of course. I mean, we're not looking to make money on the credit card fees.
No, but the
That's
credit
not.
card company sure
Well,
is.
yes, I understand that, you know, and I mean, there's gonna be a fee to somebody. I don't think the city can eat that, but that's one of the things that we do need to talk to Express about, so,
Yeah, we'll make sure we get that question answered.
yeah.
Got to eat up sometime here. We're going to be a lot of sitting if we don't.
At our last
Anybody
meeting,
else have anything that
Yeah.
they've been coming?
at our last meeting, I brought up the charging stations and who gets the money from those charging stations, because we don't have, at that point, I did not know who got it.
Yeah.
We don't have any policy set on that. Have you been talking with the
Yeah.
lawyers to get that taken care of?
I've been talking with I talked to
Dragon Wheel.
Dragon Wheel, and we're working on getting something put together as far as how how we're going to pay, because they do have some fees that just to have the connection. There's some fees there, so
Yep.
it'd be anything above whatever they had to pay, and so we're working on.
See, now my idea, and this just came to me a couple days ago, is we're finally starting to see these electrification stations, actual stations, being built by private companies, just like a regular gas
Some
station.
of them, yeah, like
Okay.
GM's doing them and some other
Something
places.
like that. What I would suggest is maybe we can find somebody to buy these from us, so that that's all their headache. We don't have to worry about accounting, we don't have to worry about any ordinances. If they bought those, it's all on them.
Okay, so, yeah, look at that. I'll have to look at our grant too. Sometimes they have some stipulations in them, but, yeah.
Again, if we can.
But it's interesting, something to think about, yeah.
Walmart had, on several of their places, especially down in Texas, they've had companies come in and set up stations, and then Walmart's finally come to the conclusion that, nah, we're gonna do it ourselves.
They're gonna get the
So in
profits.
the next few years, you're gonna see these stations popping up in Walmarts all over the place.
I saw that
And
too.
Walmart will collect the revenue from that. If we can find somebody to buy that from us, I don't think, because of all the stuff that we have to do to collect that money, that we'll actually get enough money just to maintain.
Yeah,
So if we can sell that to a private company, that's on them, and we don't
Gotcha.
lose anything.
well, look at that. Had something in my mind, oh yeah. The difficulty out there was because the meter, everything goes through their meter, that whole setup out there. It would have been nice if we had a separate meter for those and we could have just not had to have another person involved, but
Mhm.
they ran everything through the Dragon Wheels meter, so they have to pay the bill, and kind of makes it does make it more complicated to
Yeah.
have to, yeah, definitely, but like I told them, I don't see us making a bunch of money off of them, especially initially. I think as people get to know they're there and usage will increase, but we're not in such a high traffic area where there's tons of people, like if you're going down the freeway or, but I think it'll get better, but it's not gonna be a big money maker for us to.
See, then there's the other thing, is good if it goes to the nickel lithium, instead of just plain lithium, it's gonna have to have upgrades to all of these just to maintain, just so people can use them. Because the nickel ion, the nickel ion batteries are charged faster and last longer, and they're pretty much fireproof. Much safer batteries. Not that I've been paying any attention to this stuff or anything.
Technology is changing quickly, that's for
Yes.
sure, and this, well, we got some time. You wanna just go through reports unless anybody
Sure.
has any other just good of the order stuff? We'll just get through those. They may be pretty quick too, since have so many people gone. I got the report from, what did I do with my? There it is. I got the report from,
What do I know?
okay, for the chamber, the EDC and study, from George, we received, here are my reports for tonight. Excuse me. The Chamber of Commerce next chamber lunch forum is Wednesday, September 17th at noon at the Sandstone Cafe. Speaker Adam Carney with the Tenino Planning Commission providing an update on the comprehensive plan process. The chamber will hold a ribbon cutting for Colvin Ranch provisions on Friday, September 19th from 3 to 5 at the Ag Park. EDC, next event is the Real Estate Forum on Thursday, September 26th, 11 a.m. at the South Puget Sound Community College, Lacey campus.
How much are the tickets?
I don't know, it doesn't say. Guessing you can get on the EDC site and see.
What?
You can get on their site. They
Oh, I
have it
know.
all. I looked it up, but I didn't see the tickets.
Study is next meeting will be September 19th at 8 a.m. to 9:30 at the Quarry House, followed by a tour of Wolf Haven International. Thanks, George.
At the Quarry House?
Quarry House.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me double check. I thought that's, unless I had the Quarry House in my
It's
mind.
probably right, it's just, we don't usually have it there.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, we just
Is that correct?
normally don't have it there.
Library's not here. Civil Service Commission, I don't think there's anybody here for that. Finance Committee, we did have a meeting today. Elaine, do you have anything you want to share from that with the council?
Well, from the finance meeting, the audit, the federal grant did not meet the criteria. So therefore, the state will not do an audit on that grant, on that federal grant.
No, that's
So that'll
nice.
reduce
Yeah.
the amount of money that we'll owe them.
How about that, something that they finally. came
Something
to
went
my
our way
favor.
finally.
After all the years I've been here, they finally did something nice for us.
Other than that, the work, everybody, all the department heads are working on their, budget to turn in. And Nancy hopes to have a draft for the 2026 very soon.
The calendar for,
The calendar, yeah, I sent it out this afternoon.
Oh, did ya?
Yeah.
so everybody should have a calendar, for, that outlines our steps for approving our budget. Anything else you want to share? I think that's it was a pretty short meeting also.
Yes.
It's been a lot of short meetings today. Planning Commission, he's not here, so we'll see if he shows up later. Public Safety or Public Works, did either have anything?
No, our meeting for Public Works is the 23rd.
Okay, I could do a short report from the police. We did have our staff meeting today, so I just caught up. The new officer's on board. She is riding second right now, trying to get some time in, just orientation. He
Field
says,
training.
huh?
Field training.
Yeah, he says he's going to take a little bit longer with her than sometimes would. He thinks she needs just a little more time so she'll be doing that right now. She was going to be here tonight, but he asked to wait just a bit to introduce her, so hopefully she won't be here tonight. So,
I thought I was losing my mind when I saw it on Friday.
and then it wasn't on
Yeah,
there.
it's not here tonight.
Yeah.
So I was like, did I just imagine that?
Yeah, he just told us this after this morning, so that is, my apologies. But Marie had asked to put her on there, then he said I would rather do it at a later date. So we'll get her here. We're going to swear her, actually do her official swearing in.
Drinking all that Pepsi Friday.
What is her name?
Yvonne, isn't it Yvonne? Yvonne. What's her last name?
I believe it's
How do you say it? Sneed?
I think you're right.
Yvonne Sneed, I believe. We can verify it with you.
I was
You
gonna
guys-
say, but wasn't she on here?
You should. It's not on there anymore, but yeah,
Oh,
she's come from McClary. SNEAD, I believe. SNEAD, I believe.
Like from the hook, like
Sneed.
from the hook. Captain Hook's right hand.
Oh, that's
Mr. Sneed.
I'll try to look and see if I can verify it before the meeting's over, Dan. We'll have some time. I can look for it. The biggest things are, school's back up, so we've got all the school activities going on. Public safety, I don't know, didn't say anything
We haven't had a meeting.
bad was happening yet, but yeah, that's so they're back at that. There's 3 sexual assault cases that have recently been in Tenino. They're all serious, of course. One of them is pretty serious. I'm not going to talk about the details of it now, and I'll let him, when it's appropriate, if there's, it needs to be, but,
Like
yeah.
from the, just in the city or?
Yeah, it's in the city limits.
Okay.
And then we had also right down by my house, we had a guy that was out on Tilly Road apparently, that there was some kind of altercation out. He ran here in town and climbed up in the attic and hid under the insulation of the house in the attic for like 9 hours. He was, yeah, SWAT team was down there from I understand, 7:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock at night. And they finally just got up in there and pulled the guy through the ceiling. But crazy stuff. That was mostly the SWAT team. We didn't get too involved. I mean, we had an officer there, I believe, but
Bad news, and some northern news channels didn't come down to cover it.
yeah. We did have another, I don't know what's going on in Central Avenue, because we had another case right down by my house. I don't know what exactly happened, but one of our officers got a sprained wrist wrestling somebody, but I guess he was fine the next morning. But aide was there and everything, and had a bandage on his hand. And I didn't go out there. I saw him, but I didn't go out there. I didn't want to step in the middle of the scene. But the chief reported this morning he had a minor injury. They reported it, but he didn't have any. He was okay the next morning with whatever it was. But yeah, so those were the big things going on. We did talk about the bulletproof vest because we were worried that somebody had said they may be expired, which wouldn't be a good situation if anybody. So we talked about that this morning. He said we do have 2 that are basically new, I think he said, and then 2 that need replacement. One that needs replacement now, yeah. So that wasn't the biggest crisis as we thought. And I did see one of the vouchers. I think we must have bought Yvonne's vest from McClary where she used to work. So we paid him $1,000 for her just to be able to keep that vest and bring it with her. Yeah. So we're doing okay with that, but it was a concern. Nancy was like, "Oh my God, we got to get these vests replaced if they're expired." So we solved that problem.
I think they expire every 3 years.
I thought he said 5.
He said they last 5 now.
5 now?
I believe it used to be 3, but he also mentioned that there's a grant that he
Usually.
knows of that will cover those
When they
quickly. So it's not as much a concern as I initially thought it might be.
Yeah.
I was concerned the city would be liable if somebody got hurt wearing an expired vest.
Yep.
So. that
We're good.
worries me.
We're good. One less worry for Nancy.
For now.
Yeah, till tomorrow
Till
morning.
the next,
Till tomorrow morning.
till the next crisis comes.
The crises are getting better, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, things are looking up, yeah.
Director of Public Works, Troy, reported on the ball fields.
Yes,
He was starting to do some work on the infield areas out there, and supposedly we had to do the archaeological study again. They're waiting to get that back before we can really move any dirt or do anything out there. His concern is that we probably cannot start the outfield this year because we're getting kind of into the rainy season. He says we're gonna have to wait till it starts drying up out there to do the outfield work, but he's trying to get some of the prep work that can be done. He's been working on already, so hopefully that grant is good for enough time that allows us to carry that over into I don't know what the dates are on that grant, but we'll have to make sure we consider that when we, so anyway, that's kind of what's going on with the ball fields. What else did we talked about this treatment plant, the screens out there, or he said they're on their last legs. That's part of that big, huge project it's gonna be. He said today, didn't he say he thought it would be total near $1 million to replace those? And that's we're trying to get in a grant from Ecology. We just applied to them on last Thursday or Friday. We applied for a grant from Ecology, an emergency grant, basically, they call them. So we're waiting to hear back from them, but we'll have to see if we don't get that, how we're gonna, because they just have to be replaced. I think when they originally built that plant, they expected the life expectancy of those to be like 10 years or something like that. Now they've been the same screens in there for 16, yeah. So they've outlived their expected life, but yeah, it's coming home now. They're at the end of their life. He also said there was a auger in there that had broke.
it's been repaired twice.
Yeah, apparently it was repaired some time ago and it broke in the same place again. So they had to get that repaired. But so that could be another thing down the road that's gonna, that thing is, 16 years old. So stuff's gonna start, stuff is, we're coming up on, you're gonna have to start doing more maintenance on that as it gets older. So we talked about, we just need to start thinking about how to have a good plan to fund those things before they, so we're gonna work on not just the sewer plant, but a lot of things, police cars and all those kind of things, to make sure we start seeing if we can set aside some money to replace those things when they wear out. What else, was there anything I else missed that he talked about?
Not that I can think of.
Pool's done, that's closed now. So I guess we'll be working on getting that all shut down and secured for the winter.
Oh, heck, it was gonna be 71 tomorrow.
Yeah, should have kept it open a couple. I can't think of anything else that he mentioned as far as stuff going on, so. Code enforcement building inspector, I haven't heard much from anybody on him. It must be going okay. I just got a note from the food bank and they've been doing electrical work to upgrade the buildings down there so they can put some freezers, and they just passed their electrical inspection, so that was good for them. She was happy with that.
Are they going to, Are they going to move, dispersing from those buildings?
I think that's eventually when they can get it all set up, is they want to be able to, I think they want to get out of that place. I don't think it's enough room for them. And
It's not even close to enough room for 'em.
Yeah,
yeah.
Last month
exactly.
alone, they served over 500 people.
Yeah, I was reading that.
Last week it was 118.
Mhm.
Park specialist, I haven't heard anything from Jessica as far as anything that's. I'm sure she's kind of in the background, at least getting prepared for the grants that we've got there. We've got a grant to do the half court and pickleball court over there that should be. So I'm sure she's working behind the scenes to get a lot of that stuff ready to go. But
Pickleball court too.
it's a pickleball court, yeah. And somebody complained about, not complained, but made a comment, why are we just doing a half court and that's all the money we got? I was hoping at some point if we want to make a full court out there, we could just add on to the half court. You think it'd be pretty easy just to make if you do a half court, you could eventually someday. Yeah. So we're making steps, It's, people have been asking for a basketball court for I don't know how many years.
I know, right? Yeah.
So I'm happy with what we got, and like I said, if we get something later, we can expand that. Clerk treasurer.
So I emailed you guys all the reports. I don't know if everybody saw them or not. SAO, the state auditors, had asked when was the last time anybody gave you a report on our budget position. So we're going to be doing that going forward with the treasurer report on the first council meeting of the month. So just wanted to check in and see if anybody has any questions on that. Did you guys all see it via your emails?
Is it going to be back to what we used to do? Every 6 months, we'd approve at the end of the year, and in June, we'd go over the budget to make sure everything was on course? Because we haven't done that in a long time. Something to think about, something
Basically
to do.
look at it mid-year and kind of just do a review of it mid-year.
And see if we needed a budget amendment
Or just to make sure we're on
Yeah.
course, or any questions, yeah.
I don't see why not.
Should. It makes
Yeah.
it a whole lot easier at the end of the year when you have to do the actual budget.
Right. So are you guys good with having the reports emailed to you? Do you want to see them on paper instead, or both? Or, because, I mean, it's a great paper saver not to print all of these out, but I know, myself included, some people like a hard copy of what they're looking at, if they want to ask questions or anything. So how do you guys feel about that?
I'm fine with email, but I mean, whatever you guys want to do.
Email is fine with me, because I print them because it's easier
Right.
to then go read them at a more leisurely time.
Put you to sleep at night.
There's nothing wrong with one way or the other. I'm just asking what your preference
The
is.
question needs to be brought up again at the beginning of the year because I'm not here, he's
You
not
got it
here.
there,
Well, that's true.
yeah. And we're putting them in the packet, or is it in the agenda? Or should we put them in there so people can just
What's
have
that?
them? Those same reports in our agenda packet,
Well,
under like your report or something, or we could just include them in the, someplace in the. You think we could do
this
that?
is
Just
the
include it in
budget position report. That is an awful lot of paper
That's a lot,
to
yeah.
print.
I'm just saying, put it on our meeting agenda when you do them, so they can just see them there too. If they're looking through the,
I don't see why not. I mean, it's public record.
yeah. I would say add them there, just to, we
Yeah.
can remember, Jessica, to, yeah. at each
But
one.
if people have questions outside of the council members and you, if people have questions, they need to email them to me, I can't have 20 people calling a day asking about certain budget line items. I would never get anything else done.
I don't think we'll get a lot of people asking questions, but
Well, you might be surprised.
Yeah,
we can try it. If it causes a problem, we can adjust.
So we are reconciled for August. It took about 2 to 3 hours this month, now that we're starting to get things in better order. So I don't see, unless there's an emergency, I don't have any reason why it shouldn't be available the first council meeting of every month, unless there's something really messed up. So we want to make sure we have those. You have the bank statements, the budget position, the treasurer's report still showing what's still outstanding. And if you have any questions or want more detail on anything, you just need to let me know.
Yeah, you can ask before, feel free to come in, or, because somebody did mention, they were concerned with when we passed the last payroll, the last vouchers, such a huge amount, they were concerned that the public
Yes.
would wonder what that was. So I'm gonna try it like I did tonight. When we do I'll mention that, this is such a big amount because we paid 2 things that were large grants, and we're gonna get reimbursed for those, just so the public understands that we're not spending 600,000
Right.
out of our general fund on anything.
Actually, we have already been reimbursed for both of those that we paid out. I wanted you to know that everyone in the administration is looking at cost-saving measures right now, no matter how big or small. In addition, and not only cost-saving, but time-saving. We're looking at Express. We're considering some things. They're not set in stone. We're looking for ideas. We're looking at maybe an outside payroll company, depending on the cost and time savings, or the cost of such an application and the time savings for our staff. I'm not convinced that the cost isn't going to more than outweigh the time savings, but we're going to explore that.
I would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
If we were a much larger jurisdiction,
Exactly.
then it'd be something worth looking at, but with just a few people that we do have, it'll cost us more every month than it normally would.
I believe that's true. However, we are going to explore it a little bit, at least a little bit. We're not going to move forward with anything, nothing like that. It's not anything that we would want to start right away. There's too many questions. But we are going to look at it on the off chance that it would, the time saving for staff would offset the cost of something like that.
Postage meter, we're gonna get.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the postage meter. Whether or not we have electronic billing, but our contract runs through May, so we have to use it through May. It costs us over $3,000 a year to have that postage machine, and I believe that we can just pay that's not including the postage, that we can pay just the postage and take it to the post office ourselves. And Maria's checked that out a bit, and that seems to hold true. I think there's a few more details. She needs to get a return call from Karen at the post office. But, that seems a lot of money to pay for just a machine to do that for us. And I don't think that there would be any difference in the time spent for us to just carry them over to the post office.
Since it's right across the street, it's not like we're,
Yeah, or even, even if we had to take them to Centralia, it still might be worth it. And I know not all of us trust the Centralia
There's a
post
new
office, but
process. The lady at the Chronicle told me there's a new processing center in Tumwater now.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't know exactly where it is, but she told me that it's because our newspapers were not coming, they all come through the mail now, the Daily Chronicle.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't getting it. And so I called them to see what the problem was. And she said the problem is that new processing center.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Yeah.
Tumwater, and she said somehow they're getting out to the rural routes, but not to those who have post office boxes. So it has been resolved now.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. We've also looked at buying online postage and labeling the envelopes ourselves with the postage and just taking over to the post office for mailing. So we kind of have to see how that works out. I'm trying to think. We've been looking at a couple other things. once our public works person gets certified for the wastewater treatment plant, we will save on the contract for the gentleman that now works out there on contract. So that's $5,500 a month. And of course, the person that will be certified for wastewater treatment is not going to get that much of a raise. I mean, he'll
Get
go
some.
up to a new range and steps, so he will get somewhat of an increase in pay, but it won't be $5,500 a month. So that will be a savings, and I think that that was estimated to be February or March at the soonest,
I was
though.
gonna
But
say, I think he told me April.
oh, okay, maybe April.
You have to be a
then.
wastewater treatment level 3 to actually
Right.
run it. That's
So
why
he's
we
got
have
to
a
test and
contractor out there.
And
certify.
he's working on that last
That's the-
Correct. Then
section.
third step, I think.
Pardon?
The third
Yeah,
step,
the
yeah.
third, yeah, and he's working on that now, but he said it wouldn't be completed until April, is
Right.
what he told me.
So,
So- It's positive though, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
pretty good size savings for,
that,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're looking for ideas from anyone to help us, you know,
We'll look at anything if anybody
yeah,
has an idea.
we'll consider anything.
Have we looked at any of the other contracts?
Not in depth, I mean.
Not in
depends on-
depth yet, I don't think. I am still working with the IRS, the auditors. We had a week in between the 23 audit and the 24 audit started. Budget, of course, along with a
Some of those
multitude
big
of
ones
other
are a little more
things.
complicated to do them right, you know, some of the big contracts we have.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but it is still
It's still
on,
on.
yeah, on our radar, and we do need to look at them. We're not giving up on that. It needs to be done. It's just a matter of having the time to do everything. What else? We're considering, you know, Ron is officially retired now, and that is a full-time position. But with the county potentially taking over our
Courts.
court via contract, we've thought that maybe just replacing that position with a half-time person at, I don't want to say a lower level, but not as challenging a position, doing data entry for all of us, or research. You know, we're still
Got a lot of things.
still got a lot of paper that we use, and that has to be looked up and grab a file out and make copies and put the file back, like during audits and that sort of thing. So
Or digitizing some of that stuff, so we have it actual,
In other
Yes.
words,
can do a
You're
search.
saying you're gonna keep the, keep that budget item, run as, but it'll be different, but more of a half-time budget. instead
yeah, I
of
think
full.
we've been looking at what, half-time to three-quarters time. And this is nothing that we're putting in place. I mean, of course, we'll, you
Come to
know,
the council
come to
before
you,
we-
come to council first, but these are some ideas that we're looking at to try and cut costs, because there's other expenses that are only gonna increase next year. Am I going over time?
You're good, we got a lot of time.
So we wanna make sure we're looking at everything down to, we're not buying the expensive paper anymore for the outgoing bills. We're using regular paper. Things as little as that can add up. And more than that, it's the culture of looking at all the costs that we have, everybody doing that and saying, do we need this? Do I need to do this, or spend money
Is
on
there
this?
a better way to
we
do
need
it, or-
Yeah, is there a better way to do this? So, that can save time and or money. So, yeah, we want lots of suggestions on that. But actually, I wanted to get back to the reports. Does anyone have any questions currently about the reports that I sent you? Is there anything of concern? We should note that the street fund is now in a better position. We've received some grant monies that have offset the expenditures there, so. Nothing?
Is the street fund at a position where we can start stockpiling stuff, so then when the weather kicks in, we've already got it, to fill those potholes?
We can maybe do some pothole repairs, but we're not gonna make any
Yeah,
significant.
we haven't, we're not in the, it's not in that good a position yet. I need to look at some more, information, and do some more research on how we're gonna set money aside for all of the things, the public works vehicles and, you know, increases in salary, police vehicles, other police
The
equipment.
reason I bring up the potholes is because you look around the country and places that don't get to the potholes fast enough end up paying for front end alignment, new tires, all of that stuff. So if we can get some stuff to at least get started on the potholes early, and we've been really lucky the 30 years that I've been here that we haven't had to worry about that. But we have a different population. They're younger, and we don't know what their mindset is. What we do know, they don't like potholes. That is a constant. We don't know if our potholes, if they cause any of those problems, if it's going to blow back on the city. We need to get ahead of it.
We do. Unfortunately, we're not in a position to put a lot away right now.
Well, we need to get there.
We do need to get there, but we also need to get there before one of our police vehicles breaks down or our public works
I
vehicles.
understand,
And
but
so-
the general perception is potholes, okay? The police vehicles breaking down, bad. Public work vehicles breaking down, bad. All of that's bad. But having people coming to us and saying, here's a bill for fixing my car because you have the potholes, worse, because that could become an everyday thing once it starts getting around.
Well, I will talk to Troy about that and see what we
I know he
can
sets
do.
money aside for pothole repairs every year. I mean, he sets, it's been in
Okay,
the budget in the
I
past,
haven't
so,
seen the
yeah.
budget yet from Public Works, so it's not due until
Just
like the
ask.
22nd. But I will make sure that,
And there are things that I believe are a little bit more important. The perception of what we're doing with the citizens' money on, for example, potholes, street lighting, public safety, that kind of stuff. Perception is reality. We need to make sure that what we try to do is fitting the perceptions.
I understand. Are there any other questions or comments? Okay. And feel free
Shall
to
I keep going? No, I'm kidding.
feel free to email me if you do have any questions on the budget or the treasurer's report or anything.
Mayor's report, I'll be pretty quick. We'll get this wrapped up before 7:30 here. Did attend a Springbrook webinar for 2 days on budget and the payroll stuff. That was, it was okay. It wasn't really in depth, but it kind of gave you the basics of things you need to look out for. So it was good for me just to understand a little bit more in depth on how it works with Springbrook, how to create the budgets and those kind of things. Interview with the state auditor for our for the next audit coming up. I had a online interview with them. Been working on budget stuff. Trying to see what else. Attended a Commerce Energy Grants webinar. I don't think we're gonna try to back off on our even though there's a lot of money out there for energy stuff. I think just to get caught up with stuff, we need to kind of focus on some basics. So unless there's just something that totally is,
Right.
yeah, I think we're going to try to limit the amount of grants we manage. Other than that, I've been just working on some budget stuff and just being here, taking the slack from helping with mailing, stuffing envelopes, stuffing the 800 envelopes we have to stuff now that takes all day long. Elaine couldn't be there, so I took over as the envelope stuffer for the day. I outdid Jessica, actually. Yeah.
We make it
It's-
in record time.
It's a competition, everything's got to be a competition, so. So other than that, there hasn't been too many. I don't think there's been any big crises or anything going on that's I am gonna meet with the gentleman that was here last meeting, called again and wants to meet, so he's gonna meet in our office, in my office here at City
Did you
Hall,
meet with
so.
him this last Saturday?
Huh?
Did you meet with him that Saturday?
No, I couldn't go down there, so he called and I set up a time on, I think, Thursday, so I'm gonna let him have his word and, yeah. What else? I think that's kind of, basics for me. Any question?
We've been working on the Thurston County Court thing.
Oh, yeah, the court,
The attorneys that-
I will update you on that one a little bit. The court, I think I told you before, there's a 6 months, they make you wait 6 months to do the official transition, just to make sure everything's in place. We tried to get them to talk them into shortening that, just because we're such a small court and have so few cases, but they would not shorten it. The county said they could help us do some functions, hopefully, in between, since Rhonda's not here, but we can't officially do it. I think February was when we could officially do the switch over. So we're keeping on that. I was gonna fill you in on the food warehouse. I was down there today. They had a gentleman from Food Lifeline, I believe it's one of the big warehouses in the state that distributes all over the state. He said their warehouse is like 250,000 square foot warehouse that they have. John, I know you know this, but the demand has been increasing. He mentioned to me today that I think pre-COVID, they estimated like around 800,000 clients they served. He said during COVID, it increased to 1.2 million people and now he's saying it's getting close to 2 million people that they're serving. So he was down here just, they gave our food bank a grant to do a lot of the work they're doing down there. And so he was coming down just to see what work they've done and talk about what's going on in Tenino. And he seemed very positive.
Not just grants. They got a lot of the work that's getting done down there isn't just grants, it's also volunteers.
Volunteer work too.
The new roof, putting the siding up, getting the electricity run, the new walls going in, a lot of that's been just people saying, I'll help.
Yeah. So, they're making a lot of progress down there, and the old city shop looks amazing compared to what it did.
Yeah.
I said they're putting in a bunch of electrical and,
Is that you that put the
Yeah.
pictures on?
Yeah.
yeah. So it's impressive what they've been able to do when they're running on a shoestring and they're getting a lot of stuff done. So to me, it's very impressive, the work they've been able to accomplish with such few resources. So very
And how many
happy
people
to
that they-
support them.
And how much the increase from when they were down here to being basically forced to move over here just because they don't have room.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, one of the things she talked about is how many elderly people that they're helping nowadays. It's gone up quite a bit, and she says sometimes they're the only ones that are really checking in on these people. They're in their house basically, and sometimes they go there and these people are in need of some other services. They just being there helps them find people that are in need of some other services. So what they're doing in our community and even outside our community, to me, is pretty amazing. So I give a shout out to the whole group over there for
Like
what
I
they
said
do.
earlier, just last month, they helped over 500 families. This last week it was 118.
Yeah,
That's a lot of people.
yeah,
And if these people did have help, who knows what would happen?
yep. Anything else from me? Any questions or any rumors, or I can try to just.
Oh, one last thing.
I don't know, I heard how slow you were at stuffing envelopes.
Whatever. I don't need you to jump on the bandwagon.
Ray Cooper. One more thing about the food bank. Ray Cooper and his wife are leaving.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're going to move closer to family. They're retired. They've been here for a long time. But they're leaving. They've been volunteer stalwarts for the food bank forever.
Yeah.
So if you guys know anybody that can actually help, spend a day or two down there with them to help get the food out and whatever other things that they need. Let Jody Stoltz and the rest of the volunteers down there know who that person is, or if it's you, just step up and let her know that you can help. They're
I
going to
think-
need it. They do need it.
Yeah, they need it. And I don't know if she filled this one. They were also looking for a driver for a while. I don't know. They found somebody to go pick up food. So if anybody's available, I don't know. You'd have to talk to her about the details of it. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like every day. But it was. They needed somebody for a couple days. So if anybody likes driving and wants to help them with that, that would be, at least it was. So check in with
And
her.
don't forget, this Saturday from 5 to 8 o'clock is the fundraiser for the food bank over at the
Eagles.
Tickets are $25 a piece. I already have mine. Hope you guys got yours too.
Yep.
It's this Saturday.
What size truck do they have?
I don't, it's not a huge one, I think. I
No,
don't know.
it's just a panel truck.
Class
A
B
smaller
or
one.
C or-
I'd
I don't
say
think
a
you have to have
B,
anything.
maybe. I'd say a B.
You don't have to have any special license to drive
No.
it, I know that.
It's like a U-Haul truck.
Small U-Haul truck, I think, yeah. Liaisons, BDAT? Anything from BDAT? Solid Waste Advisory Board?
Solid waste. The bike refurbishing, that work started. It's going really well, and they've done 181 bicycles already,
Well,
and handed them back out to community people. They voted and they're having the free Christmas tree recycle program again this year. It'll be from December 26th to January 18th. The website, recycling and waste reduction, the outreach, and they've redone the webpage and have a new layout, and it's more friendly to use. As of January 1, 2026, the organic management rule for restaurants. If a restaurant has 96 gallons per week, you must arrange for organic material collection. Solid waste has joined Thurston Green Business. Waste and reduction in schools will continue, and they target the 4th and 5th grade. Master Recycle and Compost is holding monthly workshops for those that want to become master recyclers. Environmental health and education outreach, beyond bleach. Too much bleach is being used for cleaning, sanitation. They don't think it's good for children, so there's a new project to teach people how to use and how much. The work site reconfiguration is under development and will be presented and hopefully get approved by September 30th through Thurston County.
sorry, I'm trying to get to Jeff on here. TCOM, nothing. School board?
School's back, and the football team won their first game Friday night.
Yeah, big time.
Soccer's over here, girls soccer tonight, and volleyball is out in Eatonville tonight too.
Great. TRPC and TPB?
We're going through all the end of the year cleanup approvals, that kind of stuff. And they started the recruitment process for the new director for TRPC and TPP.
And I think that's all the reports. Give me a couple minutes to get on and see if I can get Jeff on here before we get started with the regular meeting. Anything else that, for anybody? I got him on, but now I can't see him. Now I can't find him on here. Let's see. Got it. Where? Here he is. I found it. Hey Jeff, there he is.
I can see it. There's everybody.
That was good timing. We just ended the work session, so I'm gonna see if I can get this, make sure the mic is close enough. Can you just talk and I'm gonna see where I can pick you up?
Well, how's everybody doing this evening?
Very good.
Coming through?
Looks like it's going through other things, so yeah, I think we're good. I'm just gonna put this microphone here and point you down this way, and we'll get started in about 5 minutes. Looks
Sounds
like
good.
it looks like you're right in your workplace.
Yeah, late night.
Hey.
Got carpenter's coming at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I've got to be ready for him. So it's
That panel up there above your head that's off, you need to get that back on there. That's a fire hazard.
that is true. I'll take care of that. Thank you, Dave. Yes.
Just trying to make sure you're safe down there.
I appreciate that. It's hospital work, so safety is the name of the game for everyone.
So you're working like late at nights? I heard somebody talk, I forget what you told me. Is it like everything's happening in the middle of the night?
We're still starting the job, so a lot of it's during the day. But when we get going heavy, we're above an operating room, so we can't do it during the day. They're busy. It's
We
just
gotta do
the
everything.
nature.
Yeah.
What's that? It's
So
nature of the work.
nighttime, yeah. Interesting. And how long? You expect to be there? 3 months or something?
Into December.
Yeah.
It's a fairly big job. So I'm glad we have this working here, and I'll get this tied into my work calendar. So
I just did
ready
one
for it.
meeting. I'll try to do a series on all our work days, so you just have them on the calendar.
okay.
I think I can somehow send you going forward for the rest of the year, so I'll try to
Yeah,
set that
yeah,
up.
that's a good idea. Thank you.
I was amazed I could even get one on there
Yeah, well, good work. You got
and actually get connected with you. That's even better. I'm so proud of
Yes.
myself.
Well, I had to come up to speed on this for my work because the whole company runs on this. So
Yeah.
I've got it on my
You got it down?
work computer, and yeah, I'm getting it down. So.
Did you have any, we got a couple minutes. Did you have, I don't know if you saw the agenda for tonight or anything. Was there anything like in the work session, since we got a few minutes? Did you have any just general questions about anything you can think of?
No, I looked through the agenda tonight. I didn't catch the work sessions. I was
Yeah.
gonna miss that. Anything that I needed to know or should have done?
I think, was you talking about the,
Did he get the reports?
oh, and Nancy did send to your email some financial reports instead of printing them out. So if you want to look at our financial reports, and she, I think, budget positions she added to it, so you can see where we're at as far as our budget. So check your email when you have time. It should have all those on there. But we're,
Okay, great. Thank you.
yeah, since we got a couple minutes, I'll just pass on to you. We got all up to date on our reconciliations, and our last month took her 2 hours versus 2 to 3 days sometimes. So that's a huge time saver right there, just being
Yeah.
able to get to other things. So that's a
Super.
big accomplishment to get that up. So
Well, we have to thank
All right.
Jessica and
And Elaine, you caught the meeting with Public Works. That go okay
they're having
with
it.
Troy?
Oh, our Public Works meeting is the
They're going to do it
23rd.
on the 23rd.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, that'll be at that's actually the next city council meeting, but our meeting with Troy would be in the morning.
Okay, all right.
I'll just update you. I told everybody else before the meeting, on our vouchers we did last week, we had like a $600,000 because we paid a couple large grant for the old 99 project and for the chargers. So it was a huge amount. Well, after we sent the check out, we found out we sent it to the wrong person, so we had to cancel that check. And so it looks again like we have another $700,000, but it's just because we had to cancel those two from the last meeting and move them to this one. So we didn't really
Got it.
spend
Yeah.
$700,000.
Well, that's good. I did see that note, so I
Yeah.
wasn't worried.
It didn't go too bad. I thought we were going to be sitting for 45 minutes.
No.
Took the whole time.
Yeah. We only have a minute to go.
Yeah.
Here's your 7:30.
Okay, it is 7:30, so I will call to order the regular meeting of the Tenino City Council for September 9th, 2025. Please stand for the flag. John, you want to start us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's one of those covers on that's supposed to keep it from, and that's first.
Agenda approval. I would ask your permission to add under proclamations the first responder proclamation. This is something we've done every year, and for some reason, thank you, John, I have just, there must be some mental block because I kept forgetting to bring it forward. So John brought it to me today. So could we add that as a proclamation?
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda with adding the First Responders Appreciation Day proclamation. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of the minutes. We have the minutes from 8/26/2025.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from 8/26/2025. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Can you hear me okay, Jeff, on your end?
Yes, just fine. Yep.
Okay. Consent calendar. We have consent calendar for August 27th through September 9th, 2025, consisting of payroll EFTs in the amount of $85,003.32 and claims checks 33554 through 33596 and EFTs in the amount of $664,601.21 for a grand total of $729,604.53. This includes the reissuance of checks originally written to Gibbs and Olson, which needs to be made payable to the actual contractors of Lakeside Industries for $340,090.34 and Traverse Electrics for $176,020.81. No liquor license renewals and Linda Godovac absence.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Executive session, presentation, public comments. Would you like to, you have anything you want to?
Get signed in here. All right, my name is Michael Huber. I'm 328 Briar Lane. Tonight I'm actually not here representing myself. I'm here representing our homeowners association out on Briar Lane. My public comment is actually about the previous council meeting. You guys were talking about the engineering for the trail extension to the agricultural park. We look forward to that as a community. But we wanted to reiterate our offer, which you previously declined. We did make an offer to the city. We own a pretty substantial chunk of right-of-way along Highway 99, and we wanted to reiterate that we do hold that and are open to talks with the city about potentially taking some of that right-of-way.
Okay. I'll mention that to our people that are doing the design work out there and just make them aware that that's. Thanks for bringing that up. I hadn't really thought about that.
Yeah,
So
that was it.
Appreciate it. Anything else while you're here? Got to be something. Okay. No public hearings. Proclamation. We have the first responders proclamation, and I will read that. This is by the City of Tenino, a proclamation, First Responders Appreciation Day. Whereas the City of Tenino recognizes the extraordinary services of sacrifices of the men and women that make up the first responders of the great City of Tenino Fire and Police Departments, who keep our city safe and respond in times of crisis. And whereas the health and safety of all Tenino residents is important to the happiness, prosperity, and well-being of our families and the city of Tenino and the greater Tenino area. And whereas our first responders, both police and firefighters, stand as leaders and teachers, educating the citizens of Tenino about the importance of public safety, and whereas it's important for the residents of Tenino and surrounding areas to recognize and understand the duties and responsibilities, the dangers faced, and the sacrifices made by our firefighters and police as they live up to the motto, protect and serve, and whereas citizens' acts of kindness and appreciation for all of the Tenino first responders provide our everyday heroes a source of encouragement and support as they confront uncertainty and potentially dangerous situation each and every day. Now, therefore, we, the City Council of the great city of Tenino, do proclaim the second Saturday of September from this day forth being known as First Responders Appreciation Day, and we encourage the citizens of Tenino today and every day to honor all first responders of the greater Tenino area that put their lives on the line to protect the lives of others. Signed in this city of Tenino, Washington, this 9th day of September 2022. And we'll get this printed on, reprinted on, and we'll sign it. We'll pass it, but we'll sign it. We'll have it out for signatures or bring it to the next meeting if anybody misses it. So all in favor of accepting that proclamation? Or I guess there's any discussion, I guess.
Did you hear that, Dan? The great city of Tenino.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes.
Two different proclamations.
New business. We have a contract renewal for real estate services with Amy Evans Harding. She's doing our work out at the Ag Park. We had a previous contract with her that has already expired, so we want to get her back under. I don't think there's any changes. Our attorney took a quick look at it just to make sure there wasn't anything in there. So we're just asking to renew that agreement with her for.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to renew the contract real estate service with Amy Evans Harding. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. The next one is retired employee Ronna Barnes from the city, to remove retired employee Ronna Barnes from the city bank accounts at Timberland Bank. You know, we have to have council approval to get any changes on those, so we need official approval to remove Ronna Barnes from the Timberland bank accounts.
No approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to allow removal of Ronna Barnes from the city bank accounts at Timberland Bank. Any discussion?
Yeah, I don't remember us saying that she could quit.
Yeah, I know. Well, we kept her around for a little bit longer than she originally planned on being, but yeah. I told her the other day, actually, she has been here through some pretty amazing times and changes at this city, and the work she's done is, yeah. She's been the one constant for, I think it was 28 years, a little over, actually 28 years. And we'll have some recognition coming up, but she's a little shy. She doesn't really want to be, but I'm going to drag her in here one way or another so we can.
There you go.
Okay, no other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? Motion passes. This one is the resolution we talked about last time. I did go back after the meeting and look. This was passed in 2014. We did sign on to this. I think I included it in the packet where this is another one of those that's updated every 10 years, I think. It was supposed to be worked on last year, but they were a little behind times. So we're just reauthorizing this 2025 hazardous waste plan update that we had previously. So
Your committee.
So I say we approve.
make a motion.
I move that we adopt the 2025 hazardous waste management plan.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? I will say this is something they worked on as a committee. You were there when they were.
It was presented to
To the
the
group.
solid waste staff board, chapter by chapter. Yeah.
As I understand, there's no significant updates to what it was before, and no cost to us. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. They'll be happy. We're the straggler on that one.
Yeah, we're a little behind on the times there.
That's okay. I think we got all the public reports. Then we don't have anybody else here that was missing. Planning Commission, not here. Civil Service, there's nothing. Library, there's nothing. So that's public hearing number 2. You got a second chance. Have you? Okay, any announcements? You did say about this weekend is the food bank.
Yep. From 5 to 8 o'clock is the food bank. Tickets are still available. Please consider this, because these people that use the food bank, they're your neighbors. You know who they are. So at one point or another, and they're younger families that need the help. It's not easy to ask for help, so let's try to support the food banks and make their job a little bit easier as well. That's why we're having the food bank having a fundraiser over at the Eagles from 5 to 8. Also during the day, so it's going to be a busy day for us. From noon to 3 o'clock over at the middle school is the First Responders Potluck Barbecue. It's got hamburgers, hot dogs, soft drinks. It's all a free event. The only thing we ask, if you can bring a side dish, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Don't let it stop you from coming down. We have live music, and we have pony rides for children of all ages. That means even people my age can ride the ponies and get pictures for it. Yeah.
Those ponies don't want that.
I think today I'm the oldest one here. So hope
I
to see
don't
everybody
think
down
so.
there for Saturday. Again, it's,
He's not the
Oh.
oldest one here.
oh, thank you. Thank you. I feel like a child again.
There you go.
So I hope to see a lot of you down there this Saturday. This will be my last year presenting this. Dave Chappelle of Castle Realty is taking it over for next year and for the foreseeable future. Huh? Dave Champagne. Yeah. I think you said Chappelle. Oh, okay. The comedian. Yeah. That'll get people down.
Anything else from anybody? Nancy? Jeff, you got anything for us?
Nope.
Get
I'm
back
good.
to work then. Go to work.
Yeah, well,
It's
I gotta get
fine.
that tile right now.
Okay, hearing nothing,
One
the
last
meeting is
thing.
adjourned.
One last thing. Last Tuesday, the county commissioners also had a first responders proclamation. Theirs is a little bit different than ours. It recognizes all first responders. And remember, in 2 days, it's September 11th, the day of remembrance.
Yeah, it's coming up. Okay,
Non-debatable motion.
have a good evening, everybody. We did